Hey guys, we got some news here coming from Slash Films. We got some news that Marvel Studios is planning to do a What If TV series for the Disney streaming show, Disney Plus. And this is going to be cartoons and they're not going to be canon. So this is really interesting. So what they have here is they kind of dive into it here. Talking about a What If TV series coming to Disney stuff. Kevin Feige will be involved with this. So I think this is definitely going to be quite interesting. You're going to be overseen by Kevin Feige right here. I think that's really going to be quite interesting. And it's going to be kind of, and the stories will not be canon to the MCU, to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it'll hit on different points and stuff. And I think this is going to be quite interesting. You know, and there was Volume 147, What if Loki had found Thor's hammer? That could be something interesting. Or if they're going to do some that are, from the comics, you have What if Captain America had vanished during World War II? I think that could be quite interesting. And it'd be interesting with a cartoon to see if you could get, Chris Evans to voice Captain America or something like that. I don't think you necessarily need to do, but if it's, it could be quite interesting to seeing that. I think it could be cool. I mean, the first one is straight up, what if Spider-Man had joined the Fantastic Four? There's the famous one, which was, I forget what issue number, but what if Jane Foster had wielded Thor's hammer and stuff? And then she famously does become Thor in the comics, so I think that one is worth a little bit nowadays. So I think it's going to be interesting to see as to where things go with this. This one is the one that I'm really interested in. Is What if number 11? What if the original Marvel bullpen had become the Fantastic Four? So you got Stan Lee as Reed Richards, and you got Jack Kirby as Thing, and you got Flo as Flo Weinstein, I think was her name, as Sue Storm, and you got who do you got? I forget who it is here, but you got Sal Buscema, I think, as Human Torch and stuff. So I think that's really interesting. I think it's going to be cool to see as to where things go with this. I remember years ago at a convention I got this signed by Stan Lee, so I think this one would be a really cool one to do. Unfortunately, Stan Lee won't be able to obviously voice himself since he passed away, but I think it'd be quite interesting to see that. And you could get Jack Kirby's son. I think he's still alive. He could voice do an impression of his father or something like that. It could be quite fun for just seeing this one. But I think this could be an interesting episode. So I think this show could be quite cool. There's all kinds of different stuff to do. With Loki's show and all that stuff, they'd go into a bit more detailed stuff here. But I think it's just going to be quite interesting just to see as to where things kind of go with this, to see as to what kind of what-if storylines could come out of this, and to see, like what if Star-Lord hadn't taken hadn't screwed up and let Thanos take keep the gauntlet, when Star-Lord screwed up and they almost had the gauntlet off. What if he hadn't have hit Thanos on the head? That could have changed everything. Or another one that could change the entire Marvel universe would have been an interesting idea is what if Howard Stark had killed Winter Soldier when he got attacked in his car years ago, and during the years ago when Winter Soldier killed both Iron Man's parents, I think that could have been an interesting storyline. Or, Civil War what if could be what if Iron Man had killed Captain America, or what if Captain America had killed Iron Man, I don't know if they'd go that dark, but, for cartoons, I think it'd be quite interesting. And I think this type of a what if show could just be an interesting show that's like just titled Marvel What If, or MCU What If, Marvel Cinematic Universe What If type thing, and you get the actors who just voice cartoon versions of themselves, and every episode is its own standalone. So maybe you do episodes that are like an hour, 2 hours long, whatever the story needs, and you just put out an episode or two here and there, and they're not like a season where everything's connecting. It's just kind of what if this, what if that, what if this, and things. And I think that could be a really fun way to do this, and I think it could be quite interesting way to do that and not have like a continuation timeline. Heck, I think it'd be quite interesting to see as to, what if Hugh Jackman's Wolverine interacted with the Avengers, and you get Hugh Jackman to return and voice the character. Although I doubt they'd ever want to do that, since once they start, once Marvel Studios does their actual X-Men stuff, they're not going to want anyone to even remember, Hugh Jackman's role as Wolverine. At least they just want to just make their own one that's completely different. So I doubt you'd ever see anything like that. But I think it could be quite cool to see as to where things could go, and the different possibilities with the what ifs are a really interesting storyline. So I definitely can't wait to see as to where things could go with this. So if you want to read this article, I'll have a link in the description. You can check that out. And let me know which what-if issues you'd like to see turned into cartoons, and how you'd like to see this go. And I think it'd be quite interesting to see as to where things go. Maybe they could do a what if all the Spider-Mans met, and you get a what if where Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire are all in one crossover type thing for a cartoon what if episode. That could be really interesting. Things like that could be really fun. Definitely can't wait to see as to where things go. Or even do what if Daredevil had joined the Avengers? What if Jessica Jones? What if their Defenders teamed up with the Avengers in Infinity War? Or what if the Avengers? What if the Defenders were in or were teamed up with the Avengers? And you could have the entire Defenders cast come back and voice themselves. That's probably not going to happen because of Netflix owning that. But that could always be a possibility with something like this. There could be all kinds of stuff, and I think it'd be quite fun to see as to where things could go with this show, to see as to where the different possibilities could go for this. And I think it's interesting with having Kevin Feige being a part of this. I mean, I don't know if he needs to be a part of something like this, or if they could just, because it's not it's not canon to the MCU. Why waste his time with this? So that's why I'm going to take it as a rumor, but we'll have to wait and see as to where things go with this. So let me know what you think, guys, about this in the comments below. Which issues from What If would you like to see turned into cartoons? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.